Hey guys, what's up? So today we're going to talk about cigarette making machines, and these ones are not electric. These are hand cranking tobacco rolling machines, and I have two side by side for you to compare, and we're going to compare them together tonight. All right, so one is more budget minded and the other one is more expensive. Can you tell which one that is? So we're going to zoom in. All right, so the budget-minded machine is on the right, and the more expensive machine is on the left. Okay, so the one on the right is actually, they sell these on Amazon under different generic name brands, but they're all the same machine. And I got this one with a coupon or a promo code for $20.99. Generally, they sell these between $20 to $27. This one over here was made by Powermatic, and it's a Powermatic 1 Plus. And this one cost me $41.99 at the time. All right, so we're going to look at construction. So the least expensive one has a little gauge here with a lever. So you can make 100 millimeter cigarettes, king size cigarettes, and regular size cigarettes. This one doesn't have that feature. But how it works is if you want to make a 100 millimeter cigarette, the more you stuff it, the bigger the cigarette it makes. But this one is a little more precise, which is surprising for the price. All right, so it's made out of a really heavy metal, not like as in the music, but it's pretty, actually well made. It's all metal. Even the crank is metal. And you can see it has some heft to it. Now I'm going to flip it over. Now, a lot of these machines actually, the more expensive machines that is, come with a pad on the bottom to protect the mechanisms. So over the long run, without having that protection, the mechanisms may have some corrosion problems. So you might want to have WD-40 on hand, just to keep everything lubricated. All right, so what it comes with is a little kit, and it's an jamming kit. A lot of times these machines do jam, even the electric ones. So it comes with a little brush. Over here it comes with another brush. And the great part is these are spring-loaded, these machines, and it comes with extra springs. So that was actually surprising for me. All right, so let's flip it over. Now we're going to look at its more expensive counterpart, the Powermatic 1 Plus. And this one, again, is really heavy-duty. It has heft to it. It's made out of metal. And, it has quite some heft. Now, it's a little heavier than the more budget-minded one and more solid. The crank is nice in the position that it's at, as opposed to this one, where when you turn the crank, you have to go around that way. With this one, you just pull it down. And it's actually, I like this design better. Now the crank is made mostly out of metal. I don't know if you can see that. And then the top is made out of some kind of chromed plastic. The handle is made out of metal. I have a protective covering still on it that I haven't taken off. And when you make the cigarette, you can hold onto the handle that's right here when you pull the crank. So it keeps the machine actually steady. This one does not have that, and this makes it a little harder to make a cigarette. All right, so the Powermatic 1 Plus comes with the kit as well. And it comes with the unjamming stuff. A brush, a little, a metal shank. You can see that. And then the little brush. It also comes with, what this one doesn't come with, is a 1-year warranty. And also directions. This one really didn't have much information with it on how to use it. So I'm going to show you how to use both. And we're going to actually see which machine makes a better cigarette. Okay, so we have our tools here to make cigarettes. So what you really want to get is a pan. So it could be one of these aluminum trays or a regular baking pan. About 8 by 11 is a good size. All right. Then you need your cigarette tubes right here. And these are empty tubes with the filter. They come in 100ths, king size, or light king size. This is the light king size made by Zen. And let me get the box and I'll show you. So if you want to buy it, there we go, Zen. And these are white cigarette tubes. And they come with 250 tubes. More than enough to make a carton. And there you go. And that's to give you a lighter cigarette, but a smaller size and not a 100. Then you're going to need tobacco. And I get this from Smokers Outlet online. It's made by OHM, and I get silver. And silver is very mild. It's pipe tobacco, actually. Let's see if we can zoom in on that. So it's a pipe tobacco. And pipe tobacco is really the same thing as regular tobacco, but cheaper. All right, so let's go. We're going to make a cigarette using this machine and a cigarette making this machine, and we'll compare. And you can decide which one you want to buy. All right, so what you want to do is, again, place your cigarette making machine in a tray because it's going to get messy. It spills all over the place. And then you want to get a little tobacco. And so what we're going to do is we're going to choose King. And it's chosen. And you're just going to tamp it in there. Tamp it right into this little hopper. And then you're going to take an empty cigarette tube. You're going to stick it on this little nipple that's right on the left-hand side. And what I'm going to do is bend my tray. Make sure you get a big enough tray. These are actually the best because you can bend it. So now I can fit my cigarette tube in there. And then what I'm going to do is, by the way, you need to get like these little plastic cases to store your cigarettes. They're usually like $2, $3 on smokersoutletonline.com. Then you're going to turn the crank, and there's no place to really hold on to the machine, so you're going to have to push down on it with one hand and pull with the other hand. All right, and it made a good cigarette. Sometimes this happens, so you just want to clip it off. And my dog is barking right now. Sometimes you will get a gap in between the filter and this part. Those cigarettes are pretty much rejects. So it made a decent cigarette. All right, let's try the Powermatic Elite 1 Plus. And let's see what kind of cigarette that makes. All right, so now we got the Powermatic. So we're going to pull our tobacco down into the hopper. And you don't want to push or press too hard because then you'll get a jam. So you make sure the hopper's filled. And then we're going to get a blank tube, place it on the little nipple, and we're going to pull the crank. And then let me hold this up to show you the crank. There you go. And we're just going to pull it straight down. And now you got this area to hold on to. Okay, it's a no-brainer. The winner of the cigarette making apparatus of the year goes to Powermatic 1 Plus. You can see it's a much better cigarette. The other one here, let's compare. Actually, this one is the cheaper one, and this is the Powermatic. So the Powermatic actually injected beautifully with no flaws, and the cheap one, you know, it's not filled perfectly. You can see by the filter it has a little bit of a, you know, flaw, but it works. It still works. See over here, we got a pucker. So again, and here's the Powermatic. So we got a winner, and the Powermatic 1 Plus Elite is our winner, but for budget-minded people, if you already have an electric machine and you just want to have an extra hand cranking machine, just in case of a power outage or a storm where you'll have no electricity, so your electric goes out, it's always good to have a hand rolling machine around to make your cigarettes. So again, that's where this cheap $20, $25 one comes in handy. All right, so there you go. So we got a winner. We got another one that's actually ranking very high. And yeah, please in the comments below, don't tell me to stop smoking. I hate that. I know smoking is bad for your health. As a matter of fact, my mother died from complications of lung cancer. Do you think I'd be smart enough to quit smoking? The answer is I know I shouldn't be smoking, but it helps to, I have really bad anxiety, and it actually calms down my anxiety. I'm having anxiety now as I speak. So here's the ones they made with the Powermatic. And these are actually like Xanax for me because I have, like I told you, very, very bad anxiety. And the cigarettes do calm me down. And there you go. All right, guys. And by the way, it's like $13, $14 a pack here in New York. And it cost me $1.50 a pack to make my own cigarettes. And the best part is the tobacco doesn't have formaldehyde in it or any chemicals. It's all natural Virginian pipe tobacco with no chemicals in it. It's organic. And yeah, so you're not getting the stuff that you buy for $13, $14 a pack filled with loads of chemicals. You're just getting straight up nicotine. Did I say nicotine? No, nicotine. You're getting straight tobacco. All right, guys. See you all soon. And again, please, no annoying comments in the description below my video, you know, telling me to quit smoking and blah, blah, blah. I know the dangers. Trust me. All right. So long. Farewell. See you all soon.